Trinidad and Tobago, welcome. You are live under the radar with yours truly, Heavy Duty and David Welch on this lovely Monday afternoon here in Trinidad and Tobago. So we want to welcome everyone on the inside. Remember, we're streaming live online right now at Talk City 91.1 FM on all social media platforms. And well, as we get started, have you said happy African Emancipation Day to Trinidad and Tobago last week? Who know we were gonna leave and start talking about a set of race and race beating issues in Trinidad and Tobago and the whole Indian thing at UTT, and then following that, a set of race for African Emancipation Day. You know, they say Kamala Prasad is a racist, the UNC racist, this, that, and the other. You know, all this race issue started from the Sabgas, you know, from when particularly one Sabga was held in the detention center. That's where all this come from, and that voice note, that whole coolie talk and this talk and that talk for Kamala Prasad Bisasa, that's where all this started from and stemmed from. And all of the nonsense on social media over the past few days, I hear wondering, what did the Prime Minister say that was so wrong? That's why I wonder, what did the Prime Minister say that was so wrong? I asking myself if when Kareem Marcel was on a whole platform talking about them don't like we and we don't like them, if that wasn't a whole race bait type of conversation. You had people booing and heckling Michelle Benjamin, Minister of Culture and Community Development, for an African Emancipation Day speech and celebration. You had persons that say Kamala Prasad Bisasa run out on the African community and didn't want to have any conversations, or she didn't go to the African Emancipation village there in the Queen's Park Savannah. And my mind drained back to when Heavy Duty said here that the problem is not everybody in Trinidad or black people in Trinidad and Tobago, but the problem in Trinidad and Tobago really and truly is the PNM black people. Because it have no way and no reason for all this race talk and race beating conversation over the weekend, over emancipation, over who performing, over what happening, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you this. I hope you all had a good emancipation. Did you had a good emancipation in your hands? I work. You work? Yeah. You didn't celebrate, man. All right. But yeah, what? This whole conversation for black people in Trinidad and Tobago is so hypocritical, Jed. It real hypocritical in a way, because half the black people in Trinidad even celebrate African Emancipation Day. Half of them. I can tell you this. My own sister went a boat ride. I coming down from Shogunas and this is the morning of Emancipation Day. It was just about 10 a.m. or so. It had 4 excursion buses park up in Shogunas right off the highway there by a bar right after Monroe Road. Right? By a bar. Right after Monroe Road, right? And a set of young African people come out that excursion, all those excursion buses. I coming up the highway after the African Emancipation Day village there at the Queen's Park Savannah. I coming up the highway. And another 3 excursion buses coming up on the slow lane when I coming up as well. I left there at around I left home at around maybe 7. Went down by my mother in Mover, and my sister was going a party. She did not celebrate African Emancipation Day at all. She didn't put nowhere. She didn't say, "Hey David, happy Emancipation Day, happy African Emancipation." None of that. And she's young. She's about 27. There are also a set of other persons, young persons that I know of, that didn't even celebrate. In fact, I found, first an alliance here yesterday, I found more African people watching Spider-Man in the theaters rather than celebrating African Emancipation Day. I don't know. I went yesterday to watch Spider-Man in theaters. I went to IMAX, it sold out. I went Movie Town, it almost sold out. And the amount of people, young black people that would rather do that than celebrate African Emancipation Day is crazy. You'd find more of the elderlies, more of the older heads in the country celebrating African Emancipation Day rather than young people dressing up and coming out to celebrate, right? So all of this talk and all of this race talk and all of this that going on is just, I find it so hypocritical, so mad, simply because we don't even celebrate our own in Trinidad and Tobago. Half of the problems in a lot of African dominated constituencies, which are predominantly PNM constituencies, they don't even stand up for each other. They don't do anything. Half the people are talking on TikTok and come out and say, hey, they're doing this and Indians celebrating this and UTT, blah, 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 and all kind of nonsense. They don't even stand up for them, for their own in Trinidad and Tobago. Where's the black businesses, the predominantly black-owned conglomerates in Trinidad? It's not to say that they don't have, but how much does it have in Trinidad and Tobago for Trinidadians to be speaking so much about it and upset with Kamla Persad-Bissessar about it? I trying to figure that out. And I lost, boy. I lost. I cannot find that at all. But all the talks with black people, this, black people that, and the opposition walking down the road and gallivanting on the road, that's culture. That's our culture, that's our heritage. That's how we just celebrate it. Bring down the power. Bring down the fire, I say, and burn out this and burn out that, and a certain nonsense. And I just can't subscribe to that. I can't subscribe to that at all. I don't know, boy. This country, this Trinidad and Tobago, it real weird, boy. It real weird. And I understand that the country is a hard country to govern because every creed and race finds an equal place here. But I cannot see how Kamla Persad-Bissessar is racist simply because she didn't come to Emancipation Day Village. Or what did Kamla say? She said, let me see here. Because this place, boy, this place. Let me see here. The Prime Minister said the PNM MPs and owners believe that destroying Afro-Trinidadians supportive of the UNC and spreading coolie hatred is a good political strategy. And she corrected out. I tell you, all of this talk, all of it started from just the Sabgas, From the one Sabga that they held in the detention center, that Star Sabga, and it propelled from there. Trinidadians just run with race from there. And that whole coolie talk that she come out with and all kind of nonsense. And when Star Sabga said to this nation, via that voice note that was leaked, all right? When she said that she's starting war every Monday morning and she getting other people vexed, so she creating chaos every Monday morning. What chaos you think it is, boy? Who Kamla Persad-Bissessar creating chaos with? It's dictators, Venezuela. Kamla and everything that happened with Venezuela. It is also the 1% eater food elites in Trinidad and Tobago that Kamla Persad-Bissessar spoke about, that somehow the whole nation upset about. And then it's Balize House. Last time I was going to go by Balize House and create a little video. I was going to go there. All they would see me there soon, Balize. All they would want to call out some security. But that's who Kamla Persad-Bissessar spoke of so far. If you're involved in crime and criminality, Kamla Persad-Bissessar said you'll pay the consequences of that. Right? I have not seen where Kamla Persad-Bissessar or any member of the United National Congress created any type of race talk. Right? So those on radio, before you go across, I'm going to tell them, those on radio come across the social media because we're switching across with the cricket right now on radio, all right? But we're on social media now. Go ahead. How do we do? Okay, continue. Let me just wait till he switch. All right, so we on social media right now, all right? But anyway, so we get down to the real story, Trinidad and Tobago, because now you have a prime minister that is actually putting the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago first over everything else. Is everything honky-dory in the country? Probably not. Of course not. We can admit that everything is not honky-dory in the country. But what you have is the eater food that is not happening in the abundance that was happening at before. All the people are coming out to talk, the rambles and all of them on social media, they're coming out to tell you the world and say that Kamala Persad-Bissesseh is the worst Prime Minister Trinidad and Tobago ever had. I remind you who shut down Petrotrin. I'd remind you that Kamala Persad-Bissesseh is the only Prime Minister in Trinidad and Tobago's history that reduced the price at the pumps by $1. Whether or not you're feeling it or you're not feeling it, every other government that came raised the price. Colin and Burt raised it over and over and over. Kamala Persad-Bissesseh is the only Prime Minister that reduced the price of the pumps by $1, the super gasoline that is. Kamala Persad-Bissesseh is the only administration that is offering any type of percentage, any type of pay to public servants in Trinidad and Tobago. Keith Rowley offered nothing. The PNM offered nothing. Penelope Beckles ironically want to talk to this nation today and tell this nation about race, right? But she did not reprimand her own Kareem Marcel for the statements he made on a political platform when he said that they don't like we and we would never like them. And then if they come into office, if the PNM comes into office and Penelope brings him a part of her cabinet, then we will treat them with malice. We'll treat the UNC with malice. We know who the UNC predominantly consists of. Let's not pretend that we don't know that in Trinidad and Tobago. And how would you know who is a UNC and who is a PNM? That's the thing. In the United National Congress, and I can tell you, I personally don't treat anyone with malice or ill will or ill intentions. We go in terms of the Ministry of Housing and the HEC through Philip Edward Alexander. We go to each and every single constituency. I'm there with him in PNM constituencies and UNC constituencies. And the conversation is the same. We want to help. We are in government now. Though you would hear the political bantering, of course you would hear that. We want to help. And we want to ensure that each citizen in Trinidad and Tobago gets proper governance, gets what they rightfully need to govern Trinidad and Tobago, to take Trinidad and Tobago to the future, rather than when PNM is in charge, you have nothing. If you look at the recent story by the Ministry of Housing, by Philip Edward Alexander over the weekend, you would hear that right down there in Port of Spain, Keith Scotland got a lady a house through the Ministry of Housing. He said he write a letter, right? He got the lady moved into a Housing Development Corporation apartment and paid zero rent, paid zero electricity, still up to this day. Yet these are the people that come in to tell us with no free thing here and no free thing there and this, that here, and we know the government and this and that and all sorts of nonsense. These people just come and tell us after the fact. When we go and we do investigations into the very housing development corporations, there are plenty corruption there. Plenty corruption there from the former administration, and I can tell you about it. Foster Cummins, Camille Robinson Regis, you guys have left people abandoned in Trinidad and Tobago. You all have left Maloney abandoned, Laventil East abandoned, Laventil West abandoned. Plenty PNM constituencies, PNM owned constituencies have been left abandoned by the People's National Movement. They want to come and talk to us about Bush here and Bush there and Bush all over the place. When you go to UNC-dominated constituencies, you'd see that things are getting done. Even in some PNM constituencies, you'd see that things are getting done. What you have, and I could say it without a doubt because we brought Khadija Amin right here to Talk City 91.1 FM. And we know that some persons are stymieing the process for work in the ministry and in corporations. When you look at PNM-dominated corporations, I hear people talk about Digo Martin and Bush and Digo Martin and this happening and workers this and workers that. Go and talk to the corporation. Go and talk to that very mayor that walking here, there, and everywhere, telling you about we have no funds to do this and no funds to do this and no funds to do the other. They are lying, Trinidad and Tobago. I can tell you without a doubt. I can tell you that. The People's National Movement is playing a very stink and dirty game. That is what they are doing. And I know it for a fact. We brought Khadija Amin here. We have ministers coming here and updating you on things that are taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. Philip Edward Alexander was here on the show giving you an update when it comes to the Housing Development Corporation. But all you have in Trinidad and Tobago is persons that just play the race game, especially on the PNM side, that play the race game and try to tell you everything else. Yeah, can take off the music, we don't need the music. Yeah, I don't need the music. Right? That's all they're doing. That's all they want to do. That's all they know to do, because they cannot win an election. Penelope Beckles cannot win an election because she's too weak. And no one wants her as a leader. Not even the PNM wants her as a leader. The PNM have multiple leaders in Trinidad and Tobago. But anyway, let me take a pause. Let's open your phone lines, right? 622-4911, 622-4911, 394-4911. I'll pause there. Let's talk about over the weekend, Trinidad and Tobago. And let me see where heavy duty is at, eh?
Voice your opinion live on the air. 622-4911. Or send your WhatsApp voice notes to 394-4911. Talk City 91.1 FM.
All right, 622-4911, 622-4911. The phone lines are open, Trinidad and Tobago. I am telling you all that local elections is around the corner. And if you want anything, you would for sure vote for difference. Go ahead. Caller, you live. Caller.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Tabakit, what's going on?
David, and heavy with you.
He coming. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you alone holding down the board and everything for the evening.
Yeah, man. You answered
right.
you, yeah.
So, David, you hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Before I get into your editorial, let me just say this before I make the strong conclusion. Nothing wrong with celebrating Emancipation Day. Nothing wrong in going. Nothing wrong with wearing your clothes. We must commemorate. So my take on that is straight and simple. Let it continue. Let it go on. Let's get there. Let's get into the
Mr. Tabakit.
Yes.
Yeah, if you don't mind, let me just say this to you. I saw you were on a TikTok live and they bamboozled you for something just like this.
Yes.
They kick you off the live, as far as I understand.
Correct.
For talking about African people. But go ahead.
So David, you was following, seeing the button.
I just watch everything. Go ahead.
Right. So let's get there.
Yeah.
What had happened in the Emancipation Day on that day with Michelle Benjamin? Let's get there.
Mm-hmm.
It was staged. That was staged by Penny and Marvin and Dolly.
Yep.
The entire 12, it was staged.
Yep.
And let me say this here. I support the Honorable Prime Minister for not going there and in the savannah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you. Listen, Kamala, she's brilliant. The stage was set to embarrass her, to boo her, to cheer her, and run out.
Correct.
And I'm saying I am happy she didn't go. But Brother David, I said it on the ground report this morning, and I have to say it here too. I am shamed. I am taken back by Twiggy. I'll tell you what. You cannot hop on such boat what you would have condemned. You had no right to join with the PNM and the mob and make a video and condemn Michelle Benjamin. I am saying, no, Twiggy. You cannot. You with me?
Yeah, with you.
Thank you. Brother David, I was shocked. I was amazed. I was taken back. And I'm looking at this video and I am asking myself, is this true? How much you want, Twiggy? Quoting her, she said, even I too cannot meet with the minister. She said, the people know what they're booing Michelle Benjamin for. Oh, give me a break, Twiggy. I don't know if you start back underneath to wear the P&M, the tie around your neck. And Tabakit is saying, I will have none of it. I'm going to pull off all your mask face. You see these false pretenders who saying there's UNC. 1 minute you're UNC and 1 minute you're jumping back on the P&M bandwagon. No! Brother David, listen to me. Tabakit is saying we would not have it. And by all means, we must defend the Honorable Prime Minister, Mrs. Kamala Prasad, and on that same breath, David, we must defend the government.
Yeah.
And any activist believe that you have nothing to say, go in the pavilion, sit down there and put your hands on your lips.
Yeah.
And this here is for all other activists who making TikTok lives and cursing the government. Tabakit is saying we would have none of it. And as I land the plane, let me say, what happened yesterday by the Treasury with the starting of the emancipation with that woman, it was staged by the P&M and Penny Beckles. And what happened in the savannah with the mob, it was staged by the P&M and the P&M and the Marabuntas and Penny Beckles. That was staged to embarrass the Prime Minister. And I'm saying hats off to the Honorable Kamala Prasad Visesa for taking in front so that it didn't embarrass you. Marabuntas, all you put that in all your pipe and smoke it. Tabakit out and out.
Thanks so much, Mr. Tabakit.
Thank you, Tabakit. Yes, my mic kind of right. I hear it now. Good. Good afternoon to you, David Welch. Yeah, loud. I was saying my final song in loud, boy.
Yeah.
Lower down a little bit. This mic song is very loud today. Yes, good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon to Talk City 91.1 FM. All the listeners, all the callers, everything. So, the PNM hijack the Emancipation Day celebration and politicize it.
Very much.
Right?
Not just politicize it, eh?
Wait for the editorial. Wait for the editorial in the next hour. Go ahead.
Just hold on. It was just race.
Yeah.
I all it was now.
Yep.
We came out and I was waiting for you now. I wait for you to start.
No. That's very important.
I just ranting. I was waiting for you to start, right? Tell that caller you had to call back. We even bother to push him up.
Yeah. Call me back.
We're just on socials. We have no ads.
Yeah. Oh, we on socials again?
We're on socials.
Oh, cricket start back.
Lord.
All right.
Let me go heavy because I was waiting for you. We ended this show on Friday talking about the African Emancipation Day. Hold on, Heavy.
Yeah,
because this is the time where I want to say Heavy Duty. You're going? Where you going?
No, go ahead. I'm trying to get some AC here.
I'm waiting for him. We're just on socials, right? So we could be informal. Cameraman, we had 2 shots.
Yeah.
Give me a double shot here now. Just me and you.
A double shot?
Give me a double shot. Give me a double shot. Yeah. Make sure it's a double shot.
Make sure that double shot that punch.
You can hold it down.
Yeah.
I will come close if you hear that one. What may do? Listen.
Right.
We ended the show on Friday with you saying that you do really see the dressing and going out.
I didn't get the finish. I said I don't support the Emancipation Day celebration.
Yeah.
Right? I support the Africans being emancipated, but I don't support Emancipation Day, the celebration and the dressing up and that whole thing with having that whole parade and that whole whatever it was, the commemoration, whatever the case would be. Right? Yeah, like we have a holiday, no problem with that, but that would spending money on.
Yeah,
I don't support it. No, I don't support it.
Heavy, I 100% agree with you now, boy.
You agree with me now?
No.
Yeah.
Before I was like, okay, let them do the thing, blah, blah, blah. But now it is plain as day. It is just used as a political ploy to show this one don't like we, and that one don't like we, and this one like we, and that one don't like
wait
we.
till I remember talk and say it Friday instead of watching Obi Jersey and laughing and throwing off the whole and then at the show.
We're going back there for.
And throwing off the whole and then the show. Give me up a little mic, a little thing. And, right. Right.
Yeah.
You would explain and I understand why I told you what I told you. Now you went and see it for yourself.
I went and see it.
Yeah, so you went and
see that's not a burn to learn or not. I went and see it.
Correct.
Brother, it is just used as a gimmick. It's a gimmickry. It's a tomfoolery. It is all of that. Just it's like masquerading black people. It's the same as carnival with people dressing up in African gear pretending to be slave masters or now slaves. Because that is what African Emancipation Day in the Queen's Park Savannah was. You cannot tell me that on African Emancipation Day, especially for what happened out at the Treasury Building, that you're talking about what? We hungry today and you promise to feed we tomorrow.
She said, we will remember.
Yeah, we remember.
We remember that we serving today and we go feed we tomorrow.
But let me ask you this, Heavy Duty, because this come on my mind. This come on my mind. You, if you was an Indian, y'all still had to work the same way to get money, right? Mm-hmm. You also had to feed all your family the same way, right? Mm-hmm. But yet, what came on my mind heavy is that wean off the government message that Keith Rowley gave. Is the fact that black people in this country, some of them, or as you would say, the PNM, black people in Trinidad and Tobago.
Correct. You're not correct yourself.
Yeah, I correct myself. Still have this mentality that the government needs to feed the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yep.
My eyes open and no heavy. It open because I like, okay, who Michelle Benjamin could promise food to? She's culture minister. She's not the prime minister of Trinidad and Tobago. She's the culture minister. And if you're looking at the government holistically on a whole,
you know they came there thinking the prime minister would be there, right?
Yeah.
And they came with all that plot and that ploy to do it to the prime minister.
Yeah.
And because she wasn't there,
It's Michelle
Benjamin feel the heat. You understand?
She was a scapegoat.
David Welch.
Go ahead.
I want Trinidad and Tobago to understand.
Give me the good, bad, and the ugly now.
He can. I don't think he can play anything.
You can play something? You can play.
He can play it? Yeah.
This is fire. Yeah, raise a loud face for heavy. When the gunshots come, then bring it down.
Trinidad and Tobago. I will try my very best not to get emotional whilst I'm speaking in this editorial here. But for the life of me, I don't know when the people who look like me with the same texture of hair as mine, with the same skin color as mine, will change their mindset and try and understand that Trinidad and Tobago belongs to all of us. And nobody ain't owe you anything but the PNM. The UNC, let me rephrase this. Drop the levels a little bit. Ask yourself, what have the UNC taken from me? Right? What have the UNC taken from me? What have the East Indian and Trinidad and Tobago taken from me? That PNM give to me. Ask yourself the question, what did the UNC take from you that the PNM give to you? Because are they not making no sense? Once again, I cannot remember one time that I ever heard an East Indian see another East Indian talking for any celebration, be it Diwali, be it Eid, be it Corpus Christi, be it Easter, be it anything, and come out and say anything against that person who's talking. Sometimes I just wonder if are they making this about politics. What happened to the East Indians and them who in the PNM? What happened to Faris Awari, who was in the PNM as the Attorney General? And all the other East Indians, the former Minister of Health, the former Minister Rowan Sananan was the former Minister of Works and Transport. What is being said to them? I never hear them talking and an East Indian in the crowd booing. I never hear that. I never see no PNM East Indian on a platform talking and UNC booing them. So then there's something wrong with we. You seeing an African woman who's the Minister of Culture, and you as an African person booing an African woman in an Emancipation Day thing. So then what you come Emancipation Day celebration to do? To bring down your own black people?
Yep. A great question.
All ask me now, that making any sense?
Correct. Correct.
Because there's an African man in the crowd booing she, and then an African lady come up and talk after and saying, we will remember, yeah, we starving today and they want to feed
food tomorrow.
Promise food tomorrow. You could have seen an East Indian doing that?
Nope.
Another East Indian?
Nope. There's a part where they support their own.
So,
regardless.
What are we emancipated of? Look in the dictionary for emancipation. And right next to it, the first word they will see is free. Not freedom, you know. Emancipation means free in whatever aspect of freeness it is. Freedom is the first word they will see next to African, not African, next to emancipation. But for some reason, some of them not free. All the mentality is still in shackles and chain. All they lock up in the dungeon. All they mind the dungeon.
Yep.
Because all over social media cussing, quarreling for slavery work was not even a job. Pull out the and I hear music outside. Yeah. All that quarreling for work, right? But I want to tell you this. URP means Unemployment Relief Program. Right? And CPEP,
Community
Employment something program. The last P in it name program too.
Yeah.
It is not a job. It is not a job. That them programs is equivalent to what America known as welfare. You know that? You know that?
Work and get something.
Work and get a little stipend, get a little something for you're home for a short time. It's not a job.
Correct.
But you became so reliant and dependent on that welfare You became a slave to it. You became a slave to welfare.
Yep.
Rowdy had to come and tell you, don't look for handouts.
And they're still looking for it.
And they're still looking for it. How can you be empowered with welfare money? It is welfare. Because the reason why it is welfare, because you have no perks with it. You have no pension plan. You cannot go to the bank and acquire a loan. You can't get a job letter.
Nope.
Or a pay slip.
Nope.
It is not a job.
Correct.
And the fact that it's a program, it means that the government is pouring money in there, right? Just to keep you afloat, right? And they could no longer sustain it. And the reason why they could no longer sustain it is because of the PNM for all the money. And it was causing over $500 million a year for CPEP and almost over $200 and something million a year for URP. And the majority it was ghosts, where people wasn't going nowhere and just collecting money. But only what the government continue those programs. But now that those programs are closed down, now guess what? In order to live, what you have to do?
Work.
You have to go and find a job.
Yep.
Employment. That was not a job. Stop calling it a job. It is a program. And I'm going to tell you what the meaning of program. A man who understands computers goes there to program the computer. Understand what I'm saying? This is called radio programming. That is called TV programming. Or they understand the meaning of program. Program is a mental thing to program how to think. Program is to program your mind how to think. So the URP program was programming you to be a slave to the government for $450 a fortnight or $550 a fortnight, how much it is. And the CPEP was something like, how much, $80 something a day? You telling me $80 something a day? You working hard for in the hot sun, cutting bush, waking and weeding and whacking? And because the government removed those programming from your brain, you're like a piper on cocaine. You're like a piper looking for the next hit. Oh God, take it away. I can't take it no more. Oh God, give me the hit. I want it. Give me back.
Nice how it is, huh?
You're like a piper on cocaine for that URP money. It's like crack. You want that, you want it, you want a hit. Because they give you that for so much years. When anything coming now, you're like you toss you out there. You don't want to break that habit. You're dependent on it. And because this government decide enough is enough, we're done with that, you vex. You cussing on every live, you cussing Kamala. Every live you cussing, you're going on everybody else live and cuss. And you're cussing Heavy Duty and David Welch on Talk City every evening and talking about we don't like black people and we don't like poor people because they're on crack cocaine for URP. Pipers this for CPEP and URP. But you know what I saw this morning?
What is it?
When I left my home to go to work and driving down the main road,
Tell us.
I saw people in fluorescent green overalls
Cotton?
on the Eastern Main Road under the new program, the upkeep program. Yes, the same program, but it's the upkeep program. But guess what? Guess what's the difference with this upkeep program now?
Sustainability.
Right? Those people, they're cutting bush and cleaning grass. You know how much is their daily paid?
That's it.
They're working for more than security guard.
Oh, Lord.
They're working for more money than some security guard in this country right now. $250 a day.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
$250 a day. And when I saw them, David, what you know what I saw them I was looking for?
What are you looking for?
I wasn't looking for the waka man. I wasn't looking for the person raking up the grass or the one man with the cutlass or who the contractor or anything like that. I wasn't looking for no kind. It was not a contract, it's a job. You know what I was looking for?
What are you looking for?
I was looking to see if I see any East Indian there.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Where you find? What you find?
I saw only my African brothers and sisters who's loyal to the PNM, right? Working in the new program, cutting the bush, and glad to go with that 250 when the day come. And if you check 250 a day, 5 days a week, you understand?
Working out
That
good,
is $1,250 a week.
Working out good.
That is $2,500 a fortnight. That is $5,000 a month.
Papa.
Compare that to URP. Compare that to CPEP. But I ain't seeing them on the social saying, I want to thank
They would never.
I want to thank the government for giving me this job.
Yeah.
Where I could work now and see my money. Where I could more than going, I could feel proud to go in the bank and chuck my card. And the contractor ain't taking away half the money. And had a ghost gang walking here.
I no ghost, right?
Nah, not no ghost gang. How you go a ghost gang and that directly to the ministry?
True. True that.
You can go see ministry. There's no contract again, no contract.
The PNM would have find a way, though.
Of course they'll find a way.
Where there's a will, there's a way, you know, and they have the will.
I am saying all this to say the people who saying they're starving and they're hungry, get off the pipe. Get off the dependency syndrome where we're already telling it, don't weed off the government and get off the gimme. Get off the cocaine pipe. Stop being a pipe and go there. There's jobs out there, and I want to know why no jobs out there. Because the Venezuelans and them have all.
Papa.
They come in here, but they can't speak English, but they can work. Everywhere you go now is Benny. All on the avenue, when I go to buy gyro, Benny selling gyro now.
No, this is good enough.
Yeah. You understand? So what to my people?
We don't deserve it.
What is wrong with my people?
We do deserve it.
Before they're studying to blame the UNC and Kamala for everything that is wrong with you, look within.
Never.
Look within.
Never. At least the PNM black people would never do that.
Stop playing victim. Right? Everything that is wrong with earlier, why earlier is at the bottom of the economic ladder and at the back of the line, it's because that is systematically done by the PNM. And all they need to stop blaming Kamala for it. Or they need to stop blaming the wrong person for the downfall.
Correct.
Because the last 9.5 years, all they keep all their mouth shut and eat all their humble pie and drink all their bodies here juice. And know when the UNC come in power, all of a sudden they want to eat ham, lamb, and jam in 1 year. All the wicked and evil and deceitful.
1 year.
Right?
And blame Kamala for everything.
Yeah, you know you starving.
She wasn't starving for the rest
So
of it.
all the time you was eating, you was eating. We can see you was eating because look how you looking. You was eating, your belly was full. But now you're starving, it. Well, you had to live off your fat.
It begs the question what she was getting. What kickback she was getting.
Right? And I'm not talking to the lady direct here. I'm talking to all who was eating at the trough.
Everybody.
Right?
Everybody.
Why when you was eating wasn't studied how people like you was starving? Or they convenient and don't have the selective outrage. All of a sudden, come line power, you vex.
I hear man say Rowley was the best PM, huh?
I don't want to hear what a man say because for a man to say that is not a man. He's a manico. Right? You can't be a man saying that. There's something wrong with you. He's not a man. He's a man. Right? So let me hear what the people are saying on the phone.
Yes, for sure. 6224911, 6224911, 3944911. We're going back on radio. People, we on radio, cut off that cricket, man. All right, so 6224911, 6224911. You can pull along now? Yeah. Let's go to the phone lines.
Your opinion
How we looking
live
on
on
the
the air. 622-4911. Or send your WhatsApp voice notes to 394-4911. Talk City 91.1 FM.
So the phone lines open Trinidad and Tobago 6224911, 6224911, 3944911. I think I had to pop the WhatsApp because it was down. Yeah, this here. All right, so 6224911, 6224911, 3944911. I'll play this voice one from here real quick because we have one right here. Good. All I mean is a Samsung, right?
David and good day, Heavy. Good day, TNT. Heavy, I choose to make this comment on while you were on this afternoon. Because with everything was going on, I commented on Ground Reports, I commented on Mr. X and Obi this morning. But I just came from Shogunas, right? I went to pay a TNT bill. And there was these two African guys speaking about this topic, this whole race and history and stuff. So, of course, I want to hear. So it had, between them, it had two other ladies between me. And the discussion was, today, Heavy, my eye opened to something. People, they go about their lives on the history that they believe, not what the history is.
Yeah.
There's two differences.
Yeah.
There is the history that's facts, and there is the history that you as an individual choose to believe. So the discussion was very friendly. They knew each other. And the middle-aged Afro gentleman was trying to tell him, actually how he got my attention. He started to talk about Rowley, the former, and how he enslaved the African people. And he's trying to tell the older African gentleman, well, it is the PNM that have we in this way. And I got intrigued, right? And the older African gentleman is saying no, and he started to, go in lines of the lands. And his basic idea was that he don't believe that Indians or any other race was part of slavery, that they didn't go through any sort of torturing and mistreatment. It was only African people, and this middle-aged gentleman is trying to tell him, no, you have to Google it. You have to, and the discussion went on about, the roots of the African man and the purpose. And the older gentleman, he believed in his heart that is only African people was mistreated. And when the conversation left, they had to depart. Them shake hand, they go, hey, and the younger one telling the other one, well, I go bounce up now, we go have a discussion, and I go meet you by the bar. And it was cool. It was, although they disagreed, but you know what was the hardest thing? I don't want to take up too much time. Is that the lady that was behind her was of African self. She was very light colored. And this lady stoops in, she walking, she twisting up she mouth, and this. No, I said, well, look at you, ma'am. You understand? But anyway, have a blessed day.
Thanks so much. 6224911, 6224911. I have one more to play. He deleted.
A voice note? The voice note?
All right, 6224911, 6224911, that's the number to call Trinidad and Tobago, all right? So, start to call in.
Oh, yeah.
Just get any WhatsApp back up and running.
All right, okay.
You might have to put that in full screen first, but the one on the screen, yeah.
Check the lines there and see.
Yeah, logging in there. Yeah. Telephone. 6224911, 6224911, caller.
Afternoon, guys.
Yeah, man.
In this whole thing, right, this is making no sense because at the end of the day, what the Emancipation Committee do for Africans in this country? All the years the PNM giving them money. They open any museum to tell them about the history. The same Kafra.
Yeah, no, they did.
What they do?
Red House by
Red House?
Red House, yeah, the PNM Museum for Black people.
Nah, but
That's the circus.
Because at the end of the day, who does
David, not everything he had to make a joke all the time.
All right,
Sometimes it's come sideways. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah. On a morning, who does be lining up by them double stand on them first?
Black people. Sometimes,
No, but majority of the time, but yet still they want to condemn Michelle Benjamin, who trying her best for the emancipation there, and that is what all they do in New York.
yeah.
And the Prime Minister come out and say last night on the news she's not supporting nothing the Emancipation Committee have anymore.
Yeah. I find them hypocritical, you know. I find the African Emancipation Committee and all them African people very hypocritical.
Listen.
For the
We
PR.
have another caller on the line?
All right, have you?
Oh, yeah, sell it. All right, thank you, caller. We get the callers. We get the callers, and I'll go see what they say after. Caller. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, everybody. He is the one who written and checking. Twiggy, he is the one who gets like Benjamin. She stood and made that platform because she eating proper on this government.
Hang up on that caller.
So we are talking-
Hang up on that caller. That is KFC. You're not supposed to call here. And he know better than that. He's banned from calling here. Caller.
Good afternoon, Harry.
Granny.
Good afternoon, Granny.
David.
Yes.
This is Granny. Granny wants to explain something for people. Now, the Emancipation Day, the alligator by the Tanganyika County River, the Indians, they celebrate that every year very big. And they just have all African things there every year. Right. Now, they're talking about the Diwali medal to the Emancipation Day. If that's what happened, then UTP, that cannot happen in the Diwali medal. Well, let me tell them something if they don't know. The fellow they call Anthony Batson is not an Indian. He got first prize in the Diwali medal. A few years ago, an African girl came from Jamaica and she did a dance in the medal, a classical. She got first prize in the medal. So nothing wrong if they keep anything which is Indian in UTP, how they call it, because Africans take part in the Diwali medal thing. But let me explain something for you. Emancipation Day is something different. The Diwali medal. Diwali is one of the most auspicious days in the Hindu calendar. And it has have Raymond Ram Narayan have two Africans with him. They playing classical music in the Diwali medal. And that should be the most auspicious time in the Hindu calendar. It don't be like Emancipation Day. So what they're talking about? We love them, and I love all on the station, and we have to live nice.
Thanks so much, Granny.
For Indian arrival
No,
day.
we are not we're on social.
Who sing the song Jahaji Bhai? This is for Indian arrival day to Hada. For Indian arrival day, who sing the song Jahaji Bhai? And that's why you all are Trinidad. It's every Indian arrival day. You know who? An African fella. And that's playing in every Indian arrival day. So what CNN want to talk about? Granny living still and Granny
All right, Granny.
all the boys keep gonna love all you.
Thanks so much, Granny. Thanks so much.
Hi, Granny.
Another one? Caller. Hello?
Caller?
All right, cool.
Then they better not. That is probably not. Next caller.
All right, cool. You wanted to tell us something, or you want me to go first?
Go ahead. You go ahead. You go
Plenty,
ahead.
you know, right?
Yes, go ahead.
This is a distraction, you know. Hold on, you know, go and give him a little thing. Caller, take him out. No? All right. So, listen, this is a distraction, you know, heavy. This is a distraction over the weekend. The PNM have questions to answer, and plenty questions to answer. They run away from John Bates. They run away from Terrence and that whole, you know, pharmaceutical issue there with the PACC committee in Parliament. They run away, and they're running away from Balize House. The best way the PNM could mislead this population is only one tactic that they learn, and they learn very well, and they could use very well.
So they be telling you scared like a jump.
Plenty, because the court, we had to remember just a couple days ago, the court literally released 32 pages on the whole matter between Balize House and why they have to say where all they got this money from. How they build Balize House. And suddenly in here nothing about that. There's only Kamala racist. This one racist. UNC racist.
And
racist.
all of a sudden, who's starving?
And who's starving?
All the time they wasn't starving.
I said just before you had come in, they're heavy.
Yeah.
All of this race talk only start as Kamala Prasad Bissessa say she going after the 1% eater food elites in Trinidad and Tobago. As soon as a Sabga end up behind bars and come out and you hear that voice note come out and there's a set of see this, the way that we don't want to use on radio, right?
Yeah.
They be radio friendly.
Yeah.
Right? After all of that, every single Trinidadian that you was right here on this station and you mentioned how much they own. Trinidadians forget how much the 1% own in Trinidad. And black people barely own anything. And all they could talk about now is Kamala Prasad Bissessa and the UNC don't like African people. And she don't want to come and celebrate African Emancipation Day. And UTT this and UTT that. Yet over the years that we've been in Trinidad and Tobago, what do we have? What we have? You had Stephen Reese that called the program and you was here and you all were talking about which African business have plenty, down Port of Spain. And you could barely list how much we have in Trinidad and Tobago under the very party that led us for decades.
David, I personally fed up with this racial talk,
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
I think is high time, right? We get over ourselves with this, right? I always say to myself, Trinidad and Tobago don't have a racial problem, right? Unless it comes to politics, right? Because if I'm in the hospital on a bed of affliction and a doctor come and I'm not looking to see if he's East Indian or African, you understand? Or the nurse. If I go somewhere and I'm hungry and I want something to eat and I'm looking to see who's serving me, if it's East Indian or African,
Yeah.
you understand? For carnival time, we be hugging up and jumping up in town. If we go on the beach, we eating bacon shack and we eating doubles, we eating roti, we eating pilau. When we go, if you go Corona Monday, it doesn't see no racial thing and nobody, people calling for plate of food and come and eat a dog. Right?
Eat a dog.
So, when it comes to the PNM using race as a political ploy, what is sad to me is that in 2026, it's still working.
Yeah, but people still eating it up.
I thought we way past this. So I mean, we going back down in the gutter again with this racial thing.
Yeah.
And we only get all this racial tension when another party is in power. Yeah, when the UNC in power.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? When the PNM was there for the last 9 years,
Nothing.
you wasn't hearing UNC people or East Indian people getting on like this?
Yeah.
Huh? You are seeing all this outrage, N-word and C-word all over the media, all about the place?
Nope.
Eh? That is the most disgraceful emancipation day celebration ever took place in Trinidad and Tobago. People booing Mr. and booing Minister and all kind of thing. And who they booing?
A black woman.
A black woman like herself. Right? You have the political, the opposition leader coming out and making all these stupid statements. And the former Minister of Education coming out to make all these stupid statements.
Study Nyan. You see Nyan stand up behind in front of a Balize wall.
Look,
study she
I am
do
saying
nothing for black people. Kamala give black people laptops in Trinidad.
David, you don't have to go there. David, you don't have to go there.
All right,
don't go down in the gutter. We have to be mature about this. We have to pass this. We need to understand that where black people is at in Trinidad and Tobago at the bottom of the economic ladder has nothing to do with the UNC, and everything to do with the PNM. You understand? They were in power for the longest, the most amount of years. You understand? How come 1 year the UNC and everything wrong with black people? That make any sense? That maths? So you trying to say 1 year Kamala come in power and all of a sudden black people hungry and starving?
Everybody hungry.
Come now, man. Let us make sense now, man.
She don't care about black people, but the same black influencers that get a little walk, the same PNM people upset about it. They're upset about Star Crimes, Twiggy,
David
and
Welch,
all of them. They're still
David
upset
Welch,
about that.
I will pass this.
Listen.
Let me take some calls.
If we on progress heavy, because that's what we want to focus on. If we focus on progress, let's compare. Keith Rowley, 2015, all the way up to 2025, gave no COVID hospital over. He didn't hand over no hospital. He didn't commission no hospital unless COVID come and happen, all right? Because he had no choice when COVID happened. Kamala Persad-Bissessar and that central block is already handed over to the Ministry of Health. It's already earmarked for opening. The airport in Tobago, when they built it, they let them claim credit for it. Who commissioning it? Is Kamala Persad-Bissessar and the UNC commissioning it. Even the hospital across in Tobago, when the PNM did absolutely nothing with the hospital in Tobago, is Kamala Persad-Bissessar and the UNC
David Welch,
that commissioned it.
Let me explain something. You see, when they come with your list, it's how people don't care about our list you're coming over there. It's how people that don't care if Kamala paved the street with gold. You need to understand the people they're dealing with in Trinidad and Tobago. I get to understand this, yeah? This guy, the guy, who's going to and ask people questions all about the place with a microphone and say, what do you think about so, and you actually start to realize that a lot of people here ain't too bright and we ain't too educated, and all the boss we suppose, Trinidad has the best education. That kind of baffling me now, because to me, every time you go and put a mic by somebody mouth, they're talking nonsense. Right? Like they have no information. And I saw this guy went to 4 young people and asked them, what is the meaning of emancipation?
Yeah.
And these young people could be about from the youngest 9, 11 years old to 13, 14, 15 years old. And none of them couldn't answer what is emancipation.
We don't care.
Not that. I will listen. I will go with me. I will understand what I'm saying here. Listen. If the young people don't know the significance of emancipation, and every single year you have emancipation, this celebration, and all this beaten drum and big walk from so to so and big stage and all kind of thing, and the young people don't know what that is, then we defeat the purpose of that celebration. Better we keep with money.
Agreed.
Better we keep with money and put it into educational classes for the young people that understand the true meaning of African slaves being freed.
I told Johans at the start of the program, while African Emancipation Day was taking place down in Port of Spain on Saturday, I left Shogunas at about 10 a.m. heavy, coming down the highway, 4 excursion buses right after Monroe Road, with plenty African people. I went to the Emancipation Day celebrations in the Queen's Park Savannah, and I left there around maybe 6 o'clock or so, or maybe before, all right? I went by my mother in Mover. My sister told me, hey, I'm going to a party. She went to a party instead of trying to celebrate any African Emancipation Day. I coming back up the highway to Shogunas after 6. 3 excursion buses coming up the road. Music ponging out inside. African people. Half of the people in Trinidad, especially young people, almost majority of them, didn't celebrate anything, All we do was come on social media and say, yeah man, Kamala racist. But half of them didn't even come out and say happy African Emancipation Day, put on anything, come and celebrate anything at the Queen's Park Savannah, come and learn anything.
And why you think that they did that, David? Because they don't know the significance of it.
Are you telling you?
So
yesterday,
I'm saying to you that this is not important to them.
Yesterday, most of my African brothers and sisters was out at IMAX as well as Movie Town getting ready to watch Spider-Man because I was there too.
So let me take some calls. We have some calls on the line. Let me take some calls, and after that, let us take a break. Right, because since we come 4 o'clock,
you
3
want
o'clock.
to keep going? We can keep going, you
This
know.
brother man, listen to me carefully. Right? Not because cricket going on, we could just talk. You might throat getting dry and all kind of thing, you know. Let me take a little break right now. The AC even working properly. Look.
Yeah, go ahead. Plenty voice there. Go ahead.
Hello, guys. The next time someone has to protest the starvation of African people in Trinidad and Tobago, please don't send a 300-pound plus woman who can eat an entire cow to tell us this.
We will remember that you promised food for tomorrow while we starve today.
Well, it's alleged that this we will remember, the hungry, starving lady you just heard there, flew into Trinidad from New York just to celebrate Emancipation Day and to protest for food at the same time. I guess you won't leave penniless after that contribution. The PNM are trying their best with their propaganda of race baiting to divide the population, so don't fall for that at all, people.
We will remember that you promised food tomorrow while we starve today. Caller, you're live. Caller.
Great at the PNM, great.
I all you just call and say, who's that guy though?
I don't know who's that in here.
Caller. 6224911, 6224911, 3944911. The phone lines are open right now, Trinidad and Tobago. Somebody actually put Spider-Man in the chat. It was a great show. It was a great
Voice
movie.
your opinion live on the air. 622-4911. Or send your WhatsApp voice notes to 394-4911.
I know I ain't giving my talk on
$6. Yeah, probably. Caller.
Hi, good afternoon, David and Heavy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Heavy, you're talking about they're not so bright. I want you to explain to me how our people on social media, they just put next to the Indo-Trinidadians comments, Duncy.
Yeah, there's say DUNCE, yeah.
How they can do that, and they are the brighter ones according to, right? And they had the businesses and everything.
Yeah.
Explain to me, I can't comprehend it. Please, Heavy, help me out here.
Yeah, great question. Thanks so much. 6224911. How did this put DUNCE next to Indo supporters?
Caller.
And go on there. 6224911, 6224911. We'll remember them fake emails. We had to remember them thing. We'll remember that they shut down Petrotrin. We'll remember that they say we know of the government. We'll remember that they say groom them like a golf course. They say a lot, you know. 6224911, 6224911, 3944911. All right, you wanna play it? Lord. Caller live. Remember that we know the government. Caller. Remember that.
Yeah, David,
Yeah,
Heavy. You know, you really are the one there. But three saying comes to mind when I hear some of these people talking. You know, those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And oh, geez, I forget the next one. But here, after partner, something wrong with these people, and you go on there to embarrass the woman, and you're talking about remember. But the only thing we will remember is she standing up there and bawling. We go remember. Because we wouldn't forget she face and we wouldn't forget she size.
Oh, God.
That's that.
Why do you do that?
The only thing you do is you make a fool of yourself. Understand? And we had to stop this stupidness. And as far as I'm concerned, you see all these holidays that create division and divisiveness between the people, we should get rid of all of them.
I agree.
Anything that would cause a division amongst the population. Yeah, what? If all you want to stay home in all your house and celebrate it, all you go right ahead. Do like the Americans, but they what? Every day is a working day. Understand? All it do like I watch something. For years, the Indo communities they was not getting the funding to have programs in the communities and that kind of thing from the central government, right? But they found ways to find and get funding to have the celebrations and that kind of thing. So I asked myself one question: what happened to the Afro community? The Afro community can do the same thing?
Apparently not.
Yeah. Why it is we had to keep asking for the government? And Heavy, you make a statement there. You say what? We don't have a what? We don't have a what problem, boy?
We don't
have a race problem.
Yeah.
We don't have a race problem, and you're quite right. We don't have a race problem in Trinidad and Tobago. We have a PNM problem.
Yeah. Correct.
Understand? And as long as you take, like with any problem you have in any situation, once you take out that bad knob from inside it, you just solve your problem. So if we pull out the PNM out of this, they're happening. The problems go solved, and people have to understand that. And these people, I don't know. I had a lot of things I wanted to tell you, but I can't. I will get excited like heavy, and I might start to shout and talk and use words I shouldn't use on your program. I will call back in a little while. Have a nice evening, fella.
All right, caller. Thank you very much.
Caller live.
Caller.
Heavy and David.
Yes, leave it there.
Heavy, let me ask you a question now.
You waiting for the answer back? Or you just go down and leave it there? After you done answer the question, you see to hear the reply, or you go down and leave it there?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Since when the Indian High Commission is having a function and only inviting East Indian people to it on the 1st of August? One, since when the UTT is celebrating African people? Two, I'm waiting for the answer.
Hold on.
I'll leave it there.
Don't leave it there. Wait for the answer. First thing first. Did you get an invitation to the High Commissioner of India? Thing you see Odimak is India's only on that invitation?
Yes.
Well, send a copy from me to see because. Well, I didn't get that information. So
you didn't get it?
No, I didn't get no information on that. So if you get that information, so you get that invitation personally too?
They didn't send one from me out here.
Oh, so all right, you outside? Okay, understood. Well, I don't know. I have no information on that.
David, see if you find it and give it to Heavy for me, please.
All right, I hear you.
Right. Next one.
My response on that is this. Hold on. This is my response on that. Did they have it?
Well, after they complained to the Prime Minister of India, he stopped it.
Okay, but did they have it?
Oh God, they complained to the Prime Minister of India.
Okay, but did it continue? Did the event go on?
No, it did not.
Okay, and then for the UTT event now.
Yeah, for the UTT event.
Yeah, what is the main problem? That Indians celebrating on African Day?
Yes.
And who complaining?
That's what the people are talking about.
Who is the people that are talking about it?
African people.
Which African people?
African people.
All African people across the diaspora?
All African people.
Or just PNM African people?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't get that information. I know all African people complaining about it. I not? You complaining?
I'm not complaining about it neither. And my Tobago African people not complaining about it neither.
Nope.
So the only people complaining about it is PNM African.
All right. Well, I will leave it there.
All right, leave it there, brother. Thank you.
Caller. Caller.
All right, that's it, PNM. All you listen to me. We voted PNM.
I know that person, you know.
I don't know who's that already, you know.
Who's that?
That is KFC trying
KFC,
to... Yeah.
Caller.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is that inside joke? You know how to...
Director, load up our ad break first, because I see what this... I
Don't worry about the heavy. Go ahead. Talk your talk.
Hi, how are you guys?
I'm good.
So heavy. I got to meet David. Well, I met David already, but
she outed that.
I got to refresh his memory on Independence Day.
She came and she hit my whip.
You know, you can take David number and call him personal, like share the jokes together, because I realize I can't leave out of this joke already. Watch all the laughing, kiki, I don't understand. I don't understand. You and David, all the other secret rendezvous, all the talk, and dance, and all the come on the radio to laugh. I don't understand.
I don't understand who I am, but anyway, I just let me call in and say hi to my two favorites.
Yeah, no, it's two favorites.
It's number 2, huh?
Yeah, no. I know it's number 2.
Oh, God, don't say wrong report that,
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Anyway, guys.
Yes.
I just want to say good evening, and I would like to say this. Michelle Benjamin, Minister, you did an amazing job at Flavor. You brought so much to the people.
Yeah.
There were people who came night after night, saw artist after artist, and because of the economy at the time and the high prices of tickets, a lot of people couldn't see those artists you brought. You even brought Marshall. And you did an amazing job at Flavor, and they will remember you for that, my dear. You do great work, and they can't keep down a good woman.
Correct.
Have a good evening, guys.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Well, have you
all right, so we're going for a break. We will be right back. Right, until...
Give me a voice now. Don't start you know.
Until tomorrow, we'll be back here, same time, same place. I go one time.
You go in. Will you go in and play?
But man,
quick. He had a voice.
Emancipate yourself from the PNM. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for rolling the Comanche, cause Penny really can't win no time. How long shall they use racism whilst we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. So won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? It's all I've ever had. UNC sounds. These songs of freedom. UNC sounds. Trinidad and Tobago will be great. No matter what the PNM do, they cannot destroy what the UNC have planned for our future.
All right, brother. Stay tuned, Trinidad and Tobago. We're going for a quick break. We will be back right after this, right here on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Let's go.
Yeah, man upstairs. Take me away.
Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Ticket Front with Officer Shabadi. Go Beyond Limits with Roland Stewart. Drive Home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar. And wrap up your day with Kingsley and OB on The Wrap Up. Real talk, real people, real Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live on Talk City 91.1 FM and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Talk City 91.1 FM, the #1 talk station in Trinidad and Tobago.
From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
The Tobago Heritage Festival is much more than a series of cultural shows. It is Tobago's largest annual celebration of history, traditions, and community spirit. Created in the mid-1980s to preserve the island's unique customs, the festival brings Tobago's past to life through music, dance, storytelling, food, and folklore. Unlike many festivals that take place in one location, the Tobago Heritage Festival spreads across villages throughout the island. Each community proudly presents its own traditions, giving visitors an authentic look at Tobagonian life and culture. This year's festival runs from July 16th to August 1st, 2026, celebrating the importance of community, togetherness, and cultural identity. The Tobago Heritage Festival 2026, keeping Tobago's rich heritage alive for future generations.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story. From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
Some stories are written in books. Others live in the hearts and memories of a people. One of Tobago's most famous folk legends is that of Gangang Sara, a mysterious African woman said to have flown across the Atlantic and settled in the village of Golden Lane. According to the legend, she possessed the power of flight, but after living in Tobago and eating salt, she lost her ability to return home. Her story has been passed down through generations and remains one of the island's most treasured pieces of folklore. During the Tobago Heritage Festival, visitors gather in Golden Lane to hear the tale brought to life through storytelling and cultural presentations. It is a reminder that heritage is not only found in historical records, but also in the stories people share from one generation to the next. This is Tobago's oral tradition at its finest, and in 2026, Tobago invites you to hear it for yourself.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT. Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Take it front with Officer Shabadi. Go beyond limits with Roland Stewart. Drive home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar. And wrap up your day with Kingsley and OB on The Wrap Up. Real talk, real people, real Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live on Talk City 91.1 FM and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Talk City 91.1 FM, the #1 talk station in Trinidad and Tobago.
From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
The Tobago Heritage Festival is much more than a series of cultural shows. It is Tobago's largest annual celebration of history, traditions, and community spirit. Created in the mid-1980s to preserve the island's unique customs, the festival brings Tobago's past to life through music, dance, storytelling, food, and folklore. Unlike many festivals that take place in one location, the Tobago Heritage Festival spreads across villages throughout the island. Each community proudly present
and callers and do not represent the views, policies, or official position of Talk City 91.1, its management, or affiliates.
The man give you a whole disclaimer there. What are you trying to say where you answer? What are you trying to say? Welcome back to another Tobago under the radar with yours truly, Heavy Duty and David Welch. As we start back, what time it is now? 30 after 30? 4:31. Yeah, what, right? The minister, good with as well, go HDC here, boy. Go on. The minister in the Ministry of Housing, Philip Alexander, went where is this, boy? This is
Philip, not me, Philip, David. Me ain't done with this thing yet, I don't know what jumping ship for.
Oh, you're done with it?
I ain't done yet.
I thought because you wanted a break, he give up.
No, I have to now explain the reason why I don't support the Emancipation Day celebration.
We wheel it back. The minister didn't say nothing. We wheel it back.
Hold up there. Right? I just want to take this time out to say happy birthday to my people in Tobago. Down in Speyside, happy birthday going on to Marine. Marine, happy birthday to you. Right? And big up your husband, Philip. I had a wonderful time in the harvest weekend gone. Not this weekend, the weekend before. Okay. Right? And happy birthday to you. And may you live to see many, many, many more.
I could sing if you want me to.
No, you don't need to sing.
Okay.
It's
All
okay.
right, cool. All right.
So the reason why I explaining this is because somebody messaged me and told me, Heavy, why you don't support the Emancipation Day celebration? And don't get me wrong. I think it is important to commemorate the freedom of African people from slaves, from the slave trade, right? Right? However, I think the Emancipation Day parade and celebration does not give justice in the commemoration of Africans, the freedom of African slave, one. And two, I don't think enough is being done for the African diaspora in Trinidad and Tobago that we should be celebrating anything. You understand what I'm saying? If we are still at the back of the line, and if we are still at the bottom of the economic ladder in this country as a race of people, right? Then there's nothing to celebrate. It means that we are still slaves. Now, I want you to understand what I'm saying. To my African brothers and sisters out there who believe I don't like black people and I supporting the Indian and because I come in here because I getting paid and I singing for my supper and all these things, I'll be calling, saying ill things about me on social media and doing lives and talking about me. Why must I celebrate mediocrity? Why must I celebrate the fact that my people still haven't gotten their just due as a race of people in Trinidad and Tobago? Why? Why must I? And I want to let you guys know who bring this to my attention. Who opened my eyes on this. The year was 2008. I'll never forget, I was on a different frequency on a different radio station doing talk show. Right? And Brother David Muhammad had a show. And I was listening to his show. Right? And in that he played a clip by Dr. the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. And in that clip, when Louis Farrakhan was speaking, that opened my eyes. Another thing I was listening to was a pastor who used to live in Trinidad and Tobago by the name of Pastor David. And Pastor David came from South Africa and came back in Trinidad to spread Africanism and Pan-Africanism in Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm going to tell you, when Pastor David came here, he wanted to open an Afro TV station, an African TV station, and an African radio station. And he had the finances and resources to do it. You hear me, David Welch? You hear me, director? He had the finances and resources to open an Afro radio station and an African TV station promoting African heritage, African movies, and African culture on these stations. Or hear him out here? You hear him out here, David Welch? Mm-hmm. And when he came, he was paying for a program on that station, and I was the host with him. Okay. And every other hour, every other day. Mm-hmm. And when he came, you know what he said to you hear what he said? He said he can't believe in a country that have predominantly black people, there's no African station promoting African culture, African awareness, African clothing, Afro movies, and in them days it had big Nigerian movies just to be showing all over the place. And they used to get them DVDs, to buy them on DVDs. He wanted to bring Africa to Trinidad. Right? So all the programs on that would be African programs. Right, from the movies, because Nigerian movies is a big, like a part of Hollywood for African owner. They're big Nigerian actors and things, right? Good. He wanted a station here to bring down that them kind of things here, promoting African business, African clothing, African foods, all these things. And he also wanted an African radio station, right, that playing African music, right? And you know what he said? The African culture in Trinidad and Tobago is zero. The East Indian have TV stations. The East Indian have several radio stations, and we know that. This is public knowledge, right? Yep. The East Indian have Masala and Sangeet, all these radio stations. They have their own TV station, the IETV.
Radio and TV, Jagrati.
Understand what I'm saying? So all he's saying, where's the balance? Where's the balance for Afro culture in Trinidad and Tobago? I know what he said. The government do not want to give him a license. And you know what's the government at that time?
Piano.
You know what's the government at that time? The government didn't want to give him, the man say, I have all of my money. I come with my money. I come with millions of dollars. So, my business. As a businessman, you see, I'm a Trinidadian at birth. I went to South Africa and I married a South African woman. I now have dual citizenship. All my business, you know, he's selling them African gabs, authentic African gabs. He wiped the session stores in New York, stores in Canada, stores all over the world. People just come and buy from me. So now that cheap thing, them. Yeah, we say that cheap thing they sell them clothes to town.
Okay.
Expensive silk and thing from Africa, original. You understand? Lion skin and all kind of thing the man have. Papa. And that would make me money. So he wanted to bring piece of Africa to Trinidad and Tobago. You know, the PNM, black that man. All the PNM black, never gave him no license. He went, he begged. You understand? I ring my ears. Brother David Muhammad wanted the piece of land to open the Kwame Tourist Center and beg the PNM to give him that land. But he didn't beg, he asked. I'm not bring it to him that he went and beg, but you know what I mean. When he asks more than once, it's begging.
Yeah.
They never give him that.
Oh Lord.
Ask Brother David Muhammad who granted him the land to build that center there that he have in Lavantil. The UNC. The Black Agenda is his name of his organization. It's the Black Agenda, trying to empower black youths. The PNM blocked that. And when he did get the land in the Billy Center, when the PNM came back in 2017, 2016, they went to take it from him. So are they telling me about we have a race problem in Trinidad and Tobago? Who granted the East Indian and the radio license, but refused to give the Africans a radio license or TV license? Who didn't want Afro-Trimbagoners to know about Africa and learn about the culture? So when you want one day to pretend that you are African and they came from Africa, right? You need one day alone in the whole year to remember that you are African. When all these things are being blocked, and then them want to send people there to say, always remember, I go remember. Right? Or they don't come with the hypocrisy here for me, you know. It's the high level of talking about all for black people. Or all they want to say about East Indian this and East Indian racial. All your own PNM don't like all your own so-called black PNM all supporting. Hate all you. And only using all you.
The 1%.
And enriching the 1% and them with all on the backs of all your own people. Go and check in the 1% business and see who's the majority of people working there. What all the vex with the East Indian for? What the East Indian people take from you that PNM give you? That making no sense. Just 2 years ago, the Afro XM Bank wanted to come to Trinidad and Tobago to empower black people and give black businesses loans to open black business. And the PNM blocked that. And if you think I lie, ask Brother David Mohammed. The PNM set up a committee and put, guess who they put there? 1% Syrians to go up as businessmen for Trinidad. Look, wake me up. Look at me hot on them. Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica is the only two countries in the Eastern Caribbean that never welcomed the Afro XM Bank. A bank that is going through the Caribbean, trying to empower black businesses and giving them loans. You know why they're blocking it? Because they don't want black people to open business in Trinidad and Tobago. They must forever be working as slaves for the 1%. And if all they want to come for me, come for me. Yes, you, Miss Kitty, you listening? Come for me. Because I talk in facts. I don't talk based on emotions. Why I must celebrate one day when my people is being left behind and systematically not being empowered by their own people. By their own people. Whilst every black person in Trinidad and Tobago who is empowered right now had to be empowered under the UNC. Why? Why taking an East Indian government to get people break in Trinidad and Tobago and get people work and get things done for people and get them empowerment? Why? Why? I only want to talk about that government racial. But they're living in a fantasy. Or they're living in La La Land. Or they're living in La La Land.
Correct.
So when I want to come for me, come with facts. Don't come with emotion. You understand? Or they want to talk about, oh, come at this and that, and they take away jobs. I know jobs, they're not a job. What is happening right now is a job. Right? So I'm saying all that to say, this is the main reason why I cannot support that Emancipation Day thing, celebration. Because to me, we are not emancipated until we remove ourselves from the bottom of the economic ladder where the PNM has put us. So we don't have a race problem here. We have a PNM problem. I rest my case.
One of the main reasons for not bringing that bank here is well heavy. It's more than just the PNM don't want to see African people progressing on. They know that if they bring that bank here, half of who banking with them, Answer Michael or Answer Bank and, all them banks, they're going to turn and go straight to the African bank.
Yep.
Because they were getting, as far as I understand from when I read that, it was better returns. It was actually going to operate like a bank supposed to operate.
Correct.
Give you savings and dividends on your savings, etc., etc.
And who government now signed on to get the Afro MX Bank here?
I don't know.
Kamala went and tell them come down the road.
Well, I didn't go that far with the research. I didn't go that far with the research. I can only be honest.
Kamala said she bringing the Afro X-Men Bank here when they're ready. Come.
Okay. All right, but I know that one for a fact because Lyndon Mark was one that was talking about that, and we had a conversation about that when they were coming, when they were going to other places. I think they
went to Barbados, St. Lucia, Guyana, Grenada, all the rest of countries.
And they didn't come to
only Trinidad, Jamaica, and Guyana didn't sign on to it.
I hear they was gonna set up the headquarters here in Trinidad.
They wanted to set up the headquarters here in Trinidad. Rowdy blanked them.
Yeah.
Rowdy tell them, they wanted to give the workers tax breaks. Rowdy, you just give all much for more because I will get you in a situation in trouble. Much for more. Then we go to the phone line. Then we see who's out there, and then we will go to your AGC thing after.
Okay, go there and
last.
Yes, gentlemen.
Yeah, man.
Good afternoon, Heavy.
Yes, good afternoon.
Well, let me start with the Exim Bank first. One of the reasons why the Exim Bank was not allowed here is because they didn't want to pay any taxes.
They didn't want to pay the workers' taxes.
Any taxes, right?
The workers who was employed with them was supposed to get tax breaks or tax incentive or not pay no tax.
No bank here.
Right.
That is one reason. We don't happen to no bank around the Caribbean. So let's move on.
That is something they cannot negotiate, just like how they negotiate with the oil companies. But let me move on.
You cannot negotiate with every other single
You can negotiate with that. They was going to negotiate with Sanders to build a hotel for them.
To pay no taxes. They have to negotiate with every other single bank. And whatever money I forget to pay CPEP or pay anybody or to pay you down there.
CPEP?
Okay,
What? Taxes for how much employees?
It is to bank money. We're not moving on now. We can move on from him. Yeah, pull him down. We can move on from that.
You really calling to justify the bank not wanting to have a stipulation that their workers don't have to pay, they don't let the workers pay taxes to the country they're working in. It come like I gonna set up shop in a country, right? And my workers in my country not supposed to pay no taxes to that country, right? That is the agreement that if you want you can sign on to. Yeah. So why the other Caribbean country sign on to it? Look, miss me that now. Caller.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
No. Welch, I believe he didn't born yet. I think you might have been now about 5 years coming along the road. So Peter Michael, who from Oxford Street for the stage.
Right.
Carry two reads. You know who is the person who banned him from Trinidad?
Yeah, Eric William.
Right. You know also who is the man who lifts the ban for him?
I think it was Bazio Pandey.
Bazio Pandey.
Yeah.
Right? Now these are the things that which you're supposed to be
telling people,
aware of and understand how the People's National Movement was and is right through the African people.
Correct.
All right? Well, a good evening, gentlemen.
Thank you for that. Thank you for reminding me that.
Caller.
Good afternoon to Mr. Heavy. Well, you get more heavy today, boy. And Dr. Welch.
Dr. Ray, wow.
yes. I'm talking about the way you research something like that. Yeah. So what I had to say, I listened to the demonetization thing because this is a real big thing in Trinidad and Tobago today because this putting us so much apart. And they're saying that how now we should have it separately, Indian arrival by itself and, and emancipation by itself. But I want to ask a question to Dr. Welch. After 120 years of emancipation, and then George Chambers put a holiday on it, and Rowley come and say, we all know, we African all know, because changing name to African Emancipation Day. Who it was for 120 years, Dr. Welch?
Apparently the Indians, according to them, apparently. I don't know.
Well, it seems like every time we put a holiday on something, we own it. So listen to this, what I'm going to say. Now, PAN is our national instrument, right? No, but I say we own PAN because Japan and China all can have PAN. So let me give PAN a holiday and we could own it then. Because like when we put something in a holiday, then we own it. What do you think?
Yeah, so.
I go on, brother.
All right, brother. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Our calls coming in on WhatsApp though. See if we got that one. Yeah, they're coming in. They're coming in. I seen it on the phone here. It didn't even open it up there. I'll decline it and see if he gets it again. 6224911.
Just answer from there and see if it will come true.
It won't come true there.
When they answer, they don't come true over there.
No, I know it does work.
I don't understand.
622491139449111. Don't even bother playing it. A call gonna come true. Because there's people calling. See?
It coming true?
Yeah. Caller.
Good afternoon, Brother David.
Yeah, man.
And Brother Heavy. And Trinidad and Tobago and your operator.
Yes, brother.
Yeah. Just imagine, I was saying, move Satan, move, let me pass. But Brother Heavy, you're right, you know. The PNM keep the African people in modernized slavery, you know. Because just imagine, look at the plannings on them. Where Senator Philip going through and checking. There is upliftment for African people. Look who the PNM enriching till they're making video voice note and going wrong, saying that they get too much. You ever hear anybody in the world say, I get too much? And look at it, and for how much years? Year go, year come. The same story that the African brother lying behind. We have to bring them up, And to land the plane, what the emancipation program is about, upliftment. Do you know that it had a independent senator in the Senate that came from Indian Culture Organization group? Why did the PNM never put somebody from the Emancipation Committee as a senator? But you see, save all. They'll fool the people, vote for them, and suffer the people to run away with the treasury for themselves. Have a nice day. That's the call.
Yeah, man. Thanks so
Thank you,
much.
caller.
622491139449111. Caller.
Good evening to David and good evening to Heavy.
Yes, good afternoon, caller.
The first thing I want to say that the problem is the PNM.
Exactly.
For years now, they rule in Trinidad, and they give nothing to their people. And I just always say it, Rowley and Stuart Young see it fit to give Maduro $118 million for what? Nothing. And what his supporters get? Nothing. Ralph Gonzalez get 3 big property, house and land. What his supporters get? Nothing. And the PNM supporters so blind and dumb, they cannot see that. Right? We have West Indian. We are no West African. And they can't fight for the people. All they're fighting for, and all you know that, and a lot of people trying to defend that, they're only fighting for the 1%. Because you know why? The 1% used to give them what they need. But the supporters who went through all the lagoon and flood and river for the PNM, none of the PNM, up to Penny and Gonzal and Tiong and all of them, does not care about the PNM supporters. And that is the whole problem. And the supporters cannot see that. All the supporters have to do, they support what the PNM want to do, what the UNC want to do, and things would change. Things would change as this government start to put their hand on money, because you can't do nothing without money. So, this is the problem. And all the PNM doing is encouraging their supporters. They want to burn down this country. This is what they want. This is the education those leaders have. None of them thinking about the supporters. They're thinking about the finances and themselves.
Yes, caller. Thank you very much.
Yeah, have a nice day.
Yeah, man. Caller.
You wanted to say something?
I think you need to check something. One of your earlier callers mentioned that George Chambers introduced a holiday for emancipation there. I think you might want to check that, because if I'm not mistaken, it was Basil Pandey who did that.
I questioned that on Friday. I thought it was on the Basil Pandey too, but somebody told me no, it was in 1983.
Yeah, 1983.
That the Emancipation Day holiday was given.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So Google said at least.
We are going to find out, because I really don't have that information, so I have to find out.
Yeah, because you might want to check it, because if I'm not mistaken, it was when George Chambers did it. It was a one-off, because it was based on something.
Oh.
That year. Right?
Yeah, because from what I thought, I really thought was under Bajo Pandey that the Emancipation Day celebration holiday was given, but somebody came back and told me it was under George Chambers. So somebody go here, man, tell me the truth.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You all have a good evening.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we did Google it and it said 1983 though. Yeah?
Yeah, 1983. Caller.
Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody busting for we mixed breed people now. Where we go we land by?
Who?
Anybody back in what?
Mixed breed. Everybody.
Oh.
Nobody are busting for the we mixed breed people.
Nobody batting for the Douglas and them in the mixed breed.
You understand? Because I have a East Indian surname, but when people see me, they just scratch their head because they say, but you have an Indian surname, but you looking like a Chinese, you looking like a German, you looking like a Spanish. Nobody goes say, looking like a Indian.
Yeah,
I mix, my wife mix, my son mix. So what we go celebrate by? Cheese and ages.
Alright, brother. 624-911, You can play this voice note you have up here right now. Yeah, this one right. No, yeah, it's right there.
Good afternoon, Heavy and David. I saw the Emancipation Parade on YouTube live, and I was very happy when I saw like it had families together, mommy, daddy, and the kids all dressed up the same. Like how I would do it for Christmas, because I'm a Christian, and dress everyone in the same color pajamas and take pictures and have a good day. But when the people started to talk, it just turned from Emancipation Day, Freedom Day, to a day of segregation. And what they did to the culture minister was very sad, and the fact that the committee, the elders, sat down right behind her and let her take that by herself was disappointing.
All right. That's a caller voice note.
No voice note. Caller.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon, caller.
Yes, good day, gentlemen.
Yeah, no longer radio behind girl.
Yes. The Emancipation Day holiday was given under George Chambers in 1985. That's all. I just checked it on Google, and 1985 under the PNM government, George Chambers.
83?
85 or 83?
85, she said. 85, Gemini.
All right. Thank
85.
you. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah.
That information, right? It's had to be 83.
She said the AI touched Gemini touched that.
Damn, yeah. 1985. And Trinidad, we can become, yeah, 85.
Okay.
Damn. Go ahead.
Evian David, Trinidad and Tobago, the leader of the Emancipation Committee, was live on a talk show saying that Rowley is supposed to sign off on some land for them. Now, how much years we celebrating Emancipation Day in Trinidad and Tobago?
Okay.
I want the Africans.
One day.
He's delete the voice note. 6224911, 6224911.
He delete the voice note while it's playing?
Yeah.
Brooklyn want you, boy?
Look one is. He be calling in now. He say, yeah, we now get him. You know how long you calling Brooklyn? What going on?
Hey, what happened, David? That heavy.
Brooklyn, we now listen to your voice note. Delete the voice note.
I deleted because I realized the WhatsApp working now.
All right.
I was working on fixing the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
No. It have plenty calls. It have plenty
All right.
calls.
Sorry. Go ahead now. Go ahead. I know you have a lot of history. Go ahead.
He didn't make conversation too, you know. He had to say, nah, I go call you now. Go ahead.
No, because I realized I was working on the line. So here what's happening.
Yeah.
I want to tell the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm speaking to my brothers and sisters, right? Because they always want to compare. Oh, they don't want to do it for the while. Either stop comparing. For 56 years, the PNM has run Trinidad and Tobago. And in 2025, before election, the leader, I ain't talking about just anybody, I'm speaking about the leader of the Emancipation Committee.
Yeah.
Was telling the people of the African people of Trinidad and Tobago that she is still waiting for a piece of land from Keith Christopher Rowley that he promised her. Rowley resigned, and guess what, Trinidad and Tobago?
Nothing.
This quarrel that we quarreling about emancipation day, that we are fooled to think that we are emancipated. That leader still waiting on the land. Maybe Kamala Prasad says, which I do not want her to give them anything, because she gave David Mohammed. David Mohammed couldn't get under the PNM neither. But look how the UNC work.
Yeah.
The day before election, Kamala Prasad Bissessa didn't know if she might have had win or if she might have lose. But David Mohammed, an African Muslim brother, got his piece of land in Lavantidia, sign off UNC. Why the African Emancipation Committee, which is bigger than David Mohammed, which is supposed to represent all African of Trinidad and Tobago, still waiting 56 years. We begging. You know why we begging? Because the blueprint of the PNM from in Eric William days, Africans, the only government, the only leader that ever had an uprising in a country is Trinidad and Tobago, the African Revolution of 1970, where African people had to fight against the PNM government because they wasn't getting nothing from 1970. And in 2026, the Emancipation Committee still don't have a piece of land. But the Indian under Sakmaraj get everything, amusement. They get all kind of things. They get things where tourists could come and see what they have accomplished in this small island. Or they stop studying the Indian people. Watch them and learn something from them. Because they came after us and they have accomplished. And the Syrian came after them and they have accomplished. What we fighting them for when we have nothing, and we fighting for a government that give us nothing. All they pay for themselves. All have a blessed afternoon. Night gone.
Thank you, Brooklyn.
6224911, caller.
Caller.
Yeah, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, good afternoon.
I listened to your program there, right? I saw a former member of parliament write to the Prime Minister of India complaining about an Indian diplomat want to hold a ceremony, a get together, a ceremony, or whatever, on Emancipation Day or Independence Day or something. Right? This is the same Indian government that donated some prosthetic things to over 500 people and still doing it in Trinidad and Tobago. They donated other things. They encouraged Indian businessmen to invest in Trinidad. But politicians in Trinidad writing them to try and embarrass them. I don't understand if these people, if they ever come back into power, how they're going to approach the same Indian government that's trying to help us at this point in time.
I know what to know.
No matching for me at all. They're trying to insult Indians from India because they want to do something here. Indians who recently and probably still donating towards charity, trying to uplift this country. But for basic politics, they're trying to embarrass the Indians and embarrass this government. And these are politicians there. I never heard the opposition leader say anything about that, or if she in agreement with that, I believe she is, because that is the agenda they own right now.
All right, caller. Thank you very much.
622-4911, 622-4911, The phone lines remain open. That's starving, man. How did you eat, man?
You
promised me food tomorrow. You cut off my joke.
622-4911 or send your WhatsApp voice notes to 394-4911. Talk City 91.1 FM.
You want us an operative?
You come here, Ferry, to big road, tell me barbecue chicken, all kind of thing they want from me, and I was hungry.
It was not chicken.
I don't want to hear you.
It was not chicken.
I don't want to hear you, brother. See hungry.
It was...
So you come with food and then
a big goat roti and a barbecue, a box of thing with something in it, food.
It was
and I said, he hear me saying I'm hungry. I wrote something there. Up to now he said, check something, and he said that I told her.
Yeah, well, right. Tomorrow I go bring roti. Nah, I'm gonna say that. Tomorrow I'm not bringing nothing. I can't bring nothing tomorrow. Oh yeah. Caller.
I hear.
Good afternoon,
Yes, caller.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, well, all this tension, in my opinion, is what's on the PNM. Hello?
Yes, we hear you.
Yes. All this hype and this.
I can't say that.
No, he wasn't listening to us on the headphone. He was trying to hear us on his
radio
device, whatever device he's listening on.
622-4911, 622-4911. Not much time this man send a voice on 50 day. Go ahead now. Go ahead.
You listen to the voice without deleting it. Caller.
After Tanti start to do some physical exercises and get on a strict diet of PNM yams and Balazier juice, I want her to shout, "We will remember to this." Take it away, Tanti.
$400 million energy project never produced fuel.
PLM road projects cost 3 times more. No explanation. $112 million on HEC houses and trust trail just to break them down. $19 million unaccounted for in months of audit. NGC reports $1.2 billion losses. No explanation given. PNM, we could never forget. Faris and his family win in government rental contracts, totaling $235 million a year. Imagine. PNM, we could never forget. Mush.
Somebody saying in the comments, David, my shed will be like the PNM.
They said what?
My shed will be like the PNM.
Yes, don't be like the PNM, you must share. You're wicked.
It's crazy. That's crazy. Listen, take a break.
Yeah, we gotta take a break and come back.
hungry.
Yeah.
Take a titty, man.
They were hungry.
Run down and get some.
The roti and the box are full way off.
We got. We'll be back after this.
Yes.
Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Ticket Front with Officer Shabadi. Go Beyond Limits with Roland Stewart. Drive Home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar. And wrap up your day with Kingsley and OB on The Wrap Up. Real talk, real people, real Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live on Talk City 91.1 FM and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Talk City 91.1 FM, the #1 talk station in Trinidad and Tobago.
From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
The Tobago Heritage Festival is much more than a series of cultural shows. It is Tobago's largest annual celebration of history, traditions, and community spirit. Created in the mid-1980s to preserve the island's unique customs, the festival brings Tobago's past to life through music, dance, storytelling, food, and folklore. Unlike many festivals that take place in one location, the Tobago Heritage Festival spreads across villages throughout the island. Each community proudly presents its own traditions, giving visitors an authentic look at Tobagonian life and culture. This year's festival runs from July 16th to August 1st, 2026, celebrating the importance of community, togetherness, and cultural identity. The Tobago Heritage Festival 2026, keeping Tobago's rich heritage alive for future generations.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story. From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
Some stories are written in books. Others live in the hearts and memories of a people. One of Tobago's most famous folk legends is that of Gangang Sara, a mysterious African woman said to have flown across the Atlantic and settled in the village of Golden Lane. According to the legend, she possessed the power of flight, but after living in Tobago and eating salt, she lost her ability to return home. Her story has been passed down through generations and remains one of the island's most treasured pieces of folklore. During the Tobago Heritage Festival, visitors gather in Golden Lane to hear the tale brought to life through storytelling and cultural presentations. It is a reminder that heritage is not only found in historical records, but also in the stories people share from one generation to the next. This is Tobago's oral tradition at its finest, and in 2026, Tobago invites you to hear it for yourself.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today. Exclusively on TTT.
Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Take it front with Officer Shabadi. Go beyond limits with Roland Stewart. Drive home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar. And wrap up your day with Kingsley and OB on The Wrap Up. Real talk, real people, real Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live on Talk City 91.1 FM and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Talk City 91.1 FM, the #1 talk station in Trinidad and Tobago.
From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
The Tobago Heritage Festival is much more than a series of cultural shows. It is Tobago's largest annual celebration of history, traditions, and community spirit. Created in the mid-1980s to preserve the island's unique customs, the festival brings Tobago's past to life through music, dance, storytelling, food, and folklore. Unlike many festivals that take place in one location, the Tobago Heritage Festival spreads across villages throughout the island. Each community proudly presents its own traditions, giving visitors an authentic look at Tobagonian life and culture. This year's festival runs from July 16th to August 1st, 2026, celebrating the importance of community, togetherness, and cultural identity. The Tobago Heritage Festival 2026, keeping Tobago's rich heritage alive for future generations.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story. From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
Some stories are written in books. Others live in the hearts and memories of a people. One of Tobago's most famous folk legends is that of Gangang Sara, a mysterious African woman said to have flown across the Atlantic and settled in the village of Golden Lane. According to the legend, she possessed the power of flight, but after living in Tobago and eating salt, she lost her ability to return home. Her story has been passed down through generations and remains one of the island's most treasured pieces of folklore. During the Tobago Heritage Festival, visitors gather in Golden Lane to hear the tale brought to life through storytelling and cultural presentations. It is a reminder that heritage is not only found in historical records, but also in the stories people share from one generation to the next. This is Tobago's oral tradition at its finest, and in 2026, Tobago invites you to hear it for yourself.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Take it front with Officer Shabadi. Go beyond limits with Roland Stewart. Drive home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar. And wrap up your day with Kingsley and OB on The Wrap Up. Real talk, real people, real Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live on Talk City 91.1 FM and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Talk City 91.1 FM, the #1 talk station in Trinidad and Tobago.
From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
The Tobago Heritage Festival is much more than a series of cultural shows. It is Tobago's largest annual celebration of history, traditions, and community spirit. Created in the mid-1980s to preserve the island's unique customs, the festival brings Tobago's past to life through music, dance, storytelling, food, and folklore. Unlike many festivals that take place in one location, the Tobago Heritage Festival spreads across villages throughout the island. Each community proudly presents its own traditions, giving visitors an authentic look at Tobagonian life and culture. This year's festival runs from July 16th to August 1st, 2026, celebrating the importance of community, togetherness, and cultural identity. The Tobago Heritage Festival 2026, keeping Tobago's rich heritage alive for future generations.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story. From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
Some stories are written in books. Others live in the hearts and memories of a people. One of Tobago's most famous folk legends is that of Gangang Sara, a mysterious African woman said to have flown across the Atlantic and settled in the village of Golden Lane. According to the legend, she possessed the power of flight, but after living in Tobago and eating salt, she lost her ability to return home. Her story has been passed down through generations and remains one of the island's most treasured pieces of folklore. During the Tobago Heritage Festival, visitors gather in Golden Lane to hear the tale brought to life through storytelling and cultural presentations. It is a reminder that heritage is not only found in historical records, but also in the stories people share from one generation to the next. This is Tobago's oral tradition at its finest, and in 2026, Tobago invites you to hear it for yourself.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Take it front with Officer Shabadi. Go beyond limits with Roland Stewart. Drive home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar. And wrap up your day with Kingsley and OB on The Wrap Up. Real talk, real people, real Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live on Talk City 91.1 FM and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Talk City 91.1 FM, the #1 talk station in Trinidad and Tobago.
From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
The Tobago Heritage Festival is much more than a series of cultural shows. It is Tobago's largest annual celebration of history, traditions, and community spirit. Created in the mid-1980s to preserve the island's unique customs, the festival brings Tobago's past to life through music, dance, storytelling, food, and folklore. Unlike many festivals that take place in one location, the Tobago Heritage Festival spreads across villages throughout the island. Each community proudly presents its own traditions, giving visitors an authentic look at Tobagonian life and culture. This year's festival runs from July 16th to August 1st, 2026, celebrating the importance of community, togetherness, and cultural identity. The Tobago Heritage Festival 2026, keeping Tobago's rich heritage alive for future generations.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story. From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
Some stories are written in books. Others live in the hearts and memories of a people. One of Tobago's most famous folk legends is that of Gangang Sara, a mysterious African woman said to have flown across the Atlantic and settled in the village of Golden Lane. According to the legend, she possessed the power of flight, but after living in Tobago and eating salt, she lost her ability to return home. Her story has been passed down through generations and remains one of the island's most treasured pieces of folklore. During the Tobago Heritage Festival, visitors gather in Golden Lane to hear the tale brought to life through storytelling and cultural presentations. It is a reminder that heritage is not only found in historical records, but also in the stories people share from one generation to the next. This is Tobago's oral tradition at its finest, and in 2026, Tobago invites you to hear it for yourself.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Take it front with Officer Shabadi. Go beyond limits with Roland Stewart. Drive home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar. And wrap up your day with Kingsley and OB on The Wrap Up. Real talk, real people, real Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live on Talk City 91.1 FM and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Talk City 91.1 FM, the #1 talk station in Trinidad and Tobago.
From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
The Tobago Heritage Festival is much more than a series of cultural shows. It is Tobago's largest annual celebration of history, traditions, and community spirit. Created in the mid-1980s to preserve the island's unique customs, the festival brings Tobago's past to life through music, dance, storytelling, food, and folklore. Unlike many festivals that take place in one location, the Tobago Heritage Festival spreads across villages throughout the island. Each community proudly presents its own traditions, giving visitors an authentic look at Tobagonian life and culture. This year's festival runs from July 16th to August 1st, 2026, celebrating the importance of community, togetherness, and cultural identity. The Tobago Heritage Festival 2026, keeping Tobago's rich heritage alive for future generations.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story. From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
Some stories are written in books. Others live in the hearts and memories of a people. One of Tobago's most famous folk legends is that of Gangang Sara, a mysterious African woman said to have flown across the Atlantic and settled in the village of Golden Lane. According to the legend, she possessed the power of flight, but after living in Tobago and eating salt, she lost her ability to return home. Her story has been passed down through generations and remains one of the island's most treasured pieces of folklore. During the Tobago Heritage Festival, visitors gather in Golden Lane to hear the tale brought to life through storytelling and cultural presentations. It is a reminder that heritage is not only found in historical records, but also in the stories people share from one generation to the next. This is Tobago's oral tradition at its finest, and in 2026, Tobago invites you to hear it for yourself.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Take it front with Officer Shabadi. Go beyond limits with Roland Stewart. Drive home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar. And wrap up your day with Kingsley and OB on The Wrap Up. Real talk, real people, real Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live on Talk City 91.1 FM and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Talk City 91.1 FM, the #1 talk station in Trinidad and Tobago.
From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
The Tobago Heritage Festival is much more than a series of cultural shows. It is Tobago's largest annual celebration of history, traditions, and community spirit. Created in the mid-1980s to preserve the island's unique customs, the festival brings Tobago's past to life through music, dance, storytelling, food, and folklore. Unlike many festivals that take place in one location, the Tobago Heritage Festival spreads across villages throughout the island. Each community proudly presents its own traditions, giving visitors an authentic look at Tobagonian life and culture. This year's festival runs from July 16th to August 1st, 2026, celebrating the importance of community, togetherness, and cultural identity. The Tobago Heritage Festival 2026, keeping Tobago's rich heritage alive for future generations.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story. From July 16th to August 1st, Tobago comes alive with its greatest celebration of culture, history, and tradition, the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Talk City 91.1 FM invites you to journey with us as we discover the people, places, and stories behind this remarkable festival. Here's today's feature.
Some stories are written in books. Others live in the hearts and memories of a people. One of Tobago's most famous folk legends is that of Gangang Sara, a mysterious African woman said to have flown across the Atlantic and settled in the village of Golden Lane. According to the legend, she possessed the power of flight, but after living in Tobago and eating salt, she lost her ability to return home. Her story has been passed down through generations and remains one of the island's most treasured pieces of folklore. During the Tobago Heritage Festival, visitors gather in Golden Lane to hear the tale brought to life through storytelling and cultural presentations. It is a reminder that heritage is not only found in historical records, but also in the stories people share from one generation to the next. This is Tobago's oral tradition at its finest, and in 2026, Tobago invites you to hear it for yourself.
Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. Let we tell the whole story.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Vermala Balkaran. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago today. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning.
Every morning in Trinidad and Tobago, a new conversation begins. And right here, we take that conversation further, speaking with the stakeholders and voices behind the stories. From news and lifestyle to culture, health, and entertainment, we bring you the topics that matter most as you start your day. Join us weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. Watch on TTT or join the conversation from anywhere on your smart device at TNT Today Show, Trinidad and Tobago Today, exclusively on TTT.
Why is Talk City 91.1 FM the leading talk station in Trinidad and Tobago? Because nobody delivers conversations like we do. Start your mornings with Ground Report. Andy Pitbull Williams, Lennox Smith, and Nigel Snipes setting the agenda from 6 to 9 a.m. Then it's Off the Record with Stefan Reese and Mr. X, Fearless Talk, and the issues everybody's discussing. Stay connected with Sharon. Take it front with Officer Shabadi. Go beyond limits with Roland Stewart. Drive home with Heavy Duty and David Welch on Under the Radar.
On Talk City 91.1 FM. Dance to the drum, oh. Happy spirits have the sweetest rhythm, oh.
Real music, now we back on the air. Oh God, man, oh God, boy, oh God. There's a party in the engine room. Yeah, I can sing it. I know that, Heavy, I know that.
Look at you walking on radio. You so lucky you're actually walking on radio, eh?
Welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago, to Under the Radar with yours truly, Heavy Duty and David Welch. We have a couple minutes again. Let's go straight to the housing story from TV6 if you still have it there. My good sir. Not that one, huh? Not that. It's only, yeah, it's on a link. Yeah, I said there. All right, so the minister in the Ministry of Housing, Philip Alexander, went to Riverside HEC apartments in Port of Spain. I think you're playing some in the on WhatsApp. Go back on WhatsApp. Yeah, that. Yeah, take it off. So, minister in the Ministry of Housing, Philip Alexander, went to Riverside in Port of Spain. Heavy, you go into here, all the people that I'll close it off for now. You're gonna hear all the people, Heavy, that live in rent free in a HEC apartment, no electricity, no rent. Pay it off from them.
Housing Development Corporation. This is the Ministry of Housing. It's not the Ministry of Gangland. It's not the Ministry of Ghetto. It's not the Ministry of Squalid Living. Regardless of the value of the place and how much people pay, if they pay $50 to live, they should be getting a good quality of life for their $50.
Minister in the Ministry of Housing, Philip Alexander, speaking during a visit to the Riverside development in Port of Spain, as he continues his nationwide HDC tour. During the tour, officials identified a number of issues, including unauthorized electricity connections and the occupation of units that were previously condemned.
These units are supposed to be condemned and empty. So we would like to know how you all come to be in possession of it and living here.
Because for the past 3 years, we've been going through a process with AGC. When we entered, the told me to write to managing director
regarding
us staying in the apartment and then.
The resident further claims that MP for Port of Spain South, Keith Scotland, had been assisting them with getting their living arrangements regularized with the authorities.
Who are you paying rent to now?
We are not paying rent, so all that was a process. We went to our MPs also. Mr. Keith Scotland,
and Mr. Keith Scotland told you it is okay for you to occupy?
Yes, we were here. He is the reason why we are still here up to this day. Because the last time through him, we got the meeting in AGC.
Minister Alexander has vowed to investigate the matter. However, he admits issues of eviction, regularization and relocation are really straightforward and require careful consideration.
Is it that the EGC would look at just giving her the legal standings? I cannot say. And I want to say this, and it may sound harsh, we have 215,000 people who are legitimately, patiently following the rules to get a house. And if we encourage people to seize a house and occupy it and then feel sorry for them and say, well, take it, then what's the message? Anarchy and chaos. So the legal department the chairman, the managing director, the board of the HEC, they're going to make some decisions here.
Meantime, MP Scotland tells TV6 News he's rejecting any suggestion that he has endorsed any unlawful occupation of HTC units.
People came for assistance who did not have legitimacy, and I wrote a letter on their behalf seeking assistance, legitimate assistance, and a legitimate intervention of the HTC on their behalf. Not to occupy any place illegally, but to assist them in getting a legal occupation. Anybody who is homeless, who is in my constituency, I would, as I would do for any constituent, make a legitimate formal intervention. And that's exactly what I did. I'm part of no bacchanal or no illegality.
Renessa Cutting, TV6 News.
So the question to Keith is, if so, how they living there?
Keith Scotland wants us to believe that he just wrote a letter and give the person who was homeless at the time to go by agency to get a legitimate place. So then how do people end up there?
Exactly.
Keith Scotland.
How?
The question is, how did they end up there?
I'm calling his name big and bold, but Keith
Scotland. You gave them a letter.
Yeah, and that's why we here.
Yeah, Keith Scotland gave us a letter, and now we are here.
And he's the reason why we're here today.
Yes, correct. Because we got a letter from Keith Scotland.
And you don't know.
And he is saying he gave them the letter to click the AGC, right? For AGC to get fined somewhere for them legitimate, but they end up with the letter in an illegitimate unit, or not even supposed to be a unit.
They're condemned.
You understand? In a condemned unit
with electricity.
How?
I don't know. How you get
and they're not paying nothing.
Nothing being paid.
But they have a letter from Keith Scotland.
Nothing
make that make sense,
paid.
Please.
I confused them. Was a part of that TN list?
Probably.
And she a part of that TN list. Yeah, man. That's a list.
Let me hear what the people have to say before we go. Let me take some quick calls.
Yeah, 622-4911, 622-4911, 394-4911. That's crazy.
Voice your opinion live on the air. 622-4911. Or send your WhatsApp voice notes to 394-4911. Talk City 91.1 FM.
Well, I'm crazy. Go ahead.
Good morning, gentlemen.
That's a woman, yeah.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Call her live.
Good evening again, all protocol observed. Yes, brother, here, brother, David. That is the letter he sent. That is a HP factory down there. They get exempt, but the letter which is HEC yet.
Wow.
622-4911.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Would it have been bad if the minister had answered that lady who said, we remember? Probably they would say, hey, she should answer. But she should have given her the answer she looking for. She should have bring up the story about, what's the guy's name? Kwame Ture, who fought for black rights in Africa. And then he couldn't come back in his own country because the Prime Minister at that time, Eric Williams, didn't allow him to come back. She should have told him that story. And it was Bazio Pandi that raised the ban and allowed him to come back. She should have given her that story. And then she's saying how she can't eat again. But then she should have said, but I am not the one that was giving you $79 a day. I raised it to $240 a day. Show her how the ones on top was getting the $50,000 every fortnight. She should have given her the answer. I think so.
Probably. Caller. For those that call any 394 number, that's a WhatsApp number. So you can call it directly. So 622-4911 is the direct number, and 394-4911 is the WhatsApp number. All right. So the phone lines are open: 622-4911, 622-4911, 394-4911. If you want to make some contributions there. But Keith Scotland I have plenty questions to answer because I ain't hearing him with that is flavor right? That whole flavor right issue. He ain't saying anything on that. So we'll hear from him. Caller.
I wasn't there because I'm just calling my name now.
Who's that?
Same person who's calling born and great as the PNM and all kind of chauffeurs.
6224911, 6224911. Caller live. Caller.
Heavy.
Oh Lord. Let's wrap up. Yeah. Go ahead.
You hear my voice inside the ball, oh Lord.
Go ahead.
Who is that, David?
They Eric?
No.
Who's this?
Yes.
David.
You say Eric?
Heavy.
They Eric.
Yes,
they Eric.
David. Yes, David.
Did you hear
I'll leave it in.
the mayor of Port of Spain promised to look for a piece of land for the Emancipation Committee? You didn't hear that? All the years since they put off the UNC from the UN Hall in San Fernando, they have any house at their own Heavy, but they want Balize house. I will be there.
6224911 3944911.
Who want Balize house?
We can take one more now. One more. Somebody call on the bong that before we go. Not the bong, but give us set us off on something positive. 6224911 6224911 3944911. I STTT. I don't know. Hold on. 3944911. Like one there. Caller.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yeah, man.
For all of them who does talk about land and how East Indian people get land and all these kind of things, I want them to do a little maths for me, right? And they would understand what Rowley meant when he say the rich have to get richer and the poor must remain poor. 450 acres of land was given to Blue Waters, right? 450 acres divided by 8, because there's 8 lots of land in an acre. That comes down to 3,600 lots of land, separate individual lots of land. Divided by 22, you know what is the price they're paying for a lot of land? $6,111. For prime property, which costs over or nearly $1 million for a lot. This now 22 million, when you hear in that figure going around the place, everybody saying, wait, 22 million. But you divided that and you allocate one lot each, like how Pandey did down in South and thing when he was giving people the house lot. He said pay $12,000 and build your own house. PNM could have done that. And this is just one instance where they give big parcel of land to their financiers. And they just open small businesses and have the poor just working minimum wage and surviving off of that while they make millions. And people don't take these kind of things into consideration and understand what the PNM has done to their own people, especially the African people. That could have been 3,600 homes of people who dependent and could free up themselves from the dependency that they live in, to be empowered and own something and start a community and start a family and survive. And that's just one example. Have a good afternoon, John.
Thanks so much.
All right, thank you so much. I person really want to get through, boy.
Yeah, boy. Hold on, eh? Take Baby Trump. Nobody else, because we can wrap up.
Is Baby Trump trying to call?
Nah, somebody else. But Baby Trump was trying to call before. Baby Trump, we holding the phone lines for you particularly to wrap up the show. No.
Take the call.
Not that one.
But you can't screen call. We don't screen calls here. Take the call.
We're wrapping up with Baby
That's
Trump.
nothing. Anybody call, we taking it. Baby Trump, sorry.
I ain't like that, no.
Yeah, because you want to make joke with Baby Trump before you go.
We go in.
Take the call onto the WhatsApp line. Caller.
No, nothing coming up.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon. I'm Heavy and Mr. David. How are you guys doing?
We are good.
Wonderful. Listen to me. My take on the emancipation. I tell them, when those people stop voting PNM, then we will be truly emancipating. So, that lady that went out there and made herself look silly for food, it's not a good look for African people or black people, whoever they want to call themselves in this Trinidad and Tobago space. It's such a disappointment. If that was my mother, she had to tell me why she did what she did. Somebody paid she to behave those things. I have never seen total disrespect in this country like that.
Yeah.
And they went out there fully with the intention, with the booing and the whatever. All of that is PNM strategy.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing. They're just making PNM look worse and worse and worse.
All right, caller.
When they think they're helping their cause, they're not.
Yes, caller.
Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I know we are baby Trump now. Don't try
Caller.
to do that. Don't try to do that.
Yeah. Good evening, people, folks. I'll be very quick here. Just by chance, the long lady in the studio, is she the honorable minister by chance?
What's wrong with in the studio?
I thought I heard I thought I heard a lady being in the studio, so that's why I wondered.
No, there's no lady in the studio.
Oh, okay. Well, just quickly, I just wanted to say that we've while we may have been emancipated off the fields, the minds, the chains are still in the minds, and we became the slaves in a big house. And you know the big house. I don't have to tell you what that is. It's a certain political ideology, So, so that's basically what I wanted to say here. And see you later. Bye.
All right, baby chump. Later. Until tomorrow, we'll be back here same time, same place. Who's that calling in now? All right. Until tomorrow, we'll be back here same time, same place, right here on Talk City 91.1 FM. Up next, the wrap-up show.
Yes, and keep shooting for the stars and everything that you do, Trinidad and Tobago. If you can see it, you can 100% be it. Any moment you choose to give up is a moment. A new star is born. Have a great one.
Ready to unlock your next getaway? Switch to Be Mobile, the fastest mobile network